So I'm going to share with you the silent killer in your life and the law of attraction. And once you become aware of this silent killer, you can now take full control of your life and create your reality in a really empowering way. Hey superstar, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. I'm out in the park. The silent killer almost got me this morning. It's early morning here in the UK. And I almost got caught out by the silent killer. I woke up this morning and I was feeling groggy. I was feeling tired. And sometimes you wake up, you've rested well, you've slept well, but the window in which you've woken up causes you to be groggy and tired. It's not necessarily that you're tired, it's just that you woke up in the wrong window. We have different sleep stages, sleep cycles. We have light sleep, deep sleep, REM cycles. And so if you're in a REM cycle or if you're in a deep sleep and then your alarm goes off, you're gonna wake up groggy. If you wake up in a light sleep, you wake up like, boom. Yesterday I woke up in a light sleep and I felt totally alive. Like I was ready to go straight away. Like I felt fully recovered. Now my body is fully recovered, like I know I'm fully recovered. However, I woke up at the wrong time, and that waking up at the wrong time had me create those like sort of groggy, a little bit of a negative thought, negative emotion, feeling a little bit heavy, didn't want to get out of bed. And so I work from home and I don't have a boss. And I realized that in the past I would have just stayed in bed. But I decided today to do some neutrality shifting and I worked on talking to my subconscious mind. I'm going to show you how I did this in just a moment. But basically, if I had a boss, then it would have required me to get out of bed anyway because I have accountability. So when you work for yourself, you have to have your own accountability. Now, if there was a fire in the house, right, I would have got out of bed straight away. Lickety split, right? And so I realized that through working with people one-on-one and offering neutrality shifting coaching, what I found is a lot of people have an inner child that is complaining and moaning. So I went into my inner child and I grew my inner child up. So basically what I did, here's the structure that I used, because I didn't want to get out of bed, I felt tired, I felt groggy, so I started speaking to my subconscious mind. Okay, so I knew that my inner child, or a part of myself, right, was having a temper tantrum. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed. It felt like a little child. And maybe you've been aware of this before. It's like, that's a child that acts like that, right? So we have to speak to that part of ourselves as if it's a separate thing to who you are, right? You're speaking to it as if it's its own separate thing. And so let's say, for example, I call this part of myself Jamie. Hey Jamie, how you doing? Like literally have a conversation with it. Hey Jamie, how you doing? Like I know, you don't want to get out of bed right now and you're tired and you're feeling groggy and you're feeling lazy and stuff like this. However, I can see that the way you're operating right now, the strategy that you're using isn't working. And what I want to invite you to do is just grow up. I'm sure you want to grow up and be an adult. A lot of children, right, they want to grow up and be adults, right? Have you ever noticed that? They always want to grow up fast. So you say, hey, it's time to grow up and be an adult. And so I spoke to that part of myself and said, grow up. And I actually visualized it growing up into an adult. And literally after like doing that, I felt like getting out of bed. Okay, so sometimes we procrastinate and we have resistance because the inner child is trying to do something better or something more pleasurable. We got our mobile phone devices nowadays and we're releasing the dopamine through the phone, getting those likes, getting the notifications on our phone. And sometimes our inner child is like, yeah, I like that, I like that, I like that. And so we procrastinate on our dreams, our goals and desires, because again, the inner child is wanting that more than it wants to, you know, run a business, something that's a little bit more boring. And that's the thing. One thing that I would share with you is that there's a difference between pleasure and doing something that's more content and makes you more happy. Pleasure can cause addictions. And by the way, we're going to get to the silent killer in a moment. Okay? Pleasure should only be for a short period of time. So, for example, in sex, we have pleasure. However, in that we can become addicted. Sugar is a pleasure. Chocolate is a pleasure. Junk food is a pleasure. Caffeine. These energy drinks. It's like a short-term burst, but over the long run, it doesn't serve you. All right? And so that's a pleasure. So we're only supposed to get so much pleasure in our lives. However, we've been trained to just constantly want that pleasure. Social media, social media, social media. Or sex, sex, sex. Or alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. Whatever it is, right? We become addicted to these things and these substances, and it becomes a vice. And so that's pleasure. Now, when it comes to your work, it's more like contentment or happiness. So I don't want you thinking when it comes to wake up fulfilled that you're going to be totally in this pleasurable, you know, amazing state all of the time. That's not what it is. It's just like enjoyable. I like doing this. It's fun. Sometimes you love doing it. Now, going back to the point here, we want to realize that that inner child wants that pleasure, is seeking that pleasure. And so we need to grow that into an adult where we find ways to neutralize the energy, neutrality shifting. And so the silent killer is basically becoming aware of what we call the brain. Okay? Our thoughts is the brain. Every thought that you have, we learned from the external world. Now, when we look at the DNA, we can see a butterfly, or should I say caterpillar, automatically knows how to walk, how to cocoon itself, turn into a butterfly, and instantly it knows how to fly. How? It was never taught. It was never taught how to do this stuff. It has programming. It's called DNA. Humans, we have this as well. How does a baby know how to open its eyes? You know? When you see babies, baby cats, kittens, they come out of the cat and then they automatically know how to feed. How does it automatically know how to feed? It was never taught, but it just does it. It just knows how. So it's really interesting. The intelligence is passed over. So the DNA has a dramatic amount of intelligence. It's its own brain, it's its own system. And what we want to realize is that real thinking, real power is in the DNA. And what we want to do is work on shifting the mind, or not mind, I would say the brain, into being in alignment with a higher power, and then also just being aware of the thinking, the positive and the negative. When we get too ingrained in the positive, it can be bad. Like I just spoke about in terms of pleasure, right? Identifying with pleasure and pleasure and pleasure and seeking happiness and pleasure and pleasure and pleasure. A lot of us want to be high vibration all of the time. This is not realistic. It's not realistic to be high vibration 100% of the time. And what I mean by that, in the way in which I think a lot of people understand high vibration, is feeling good a majority of the time. Now, you can be high vibration as your default mechanism. For example, you're resonating on joy in the power versus force consciousness chart. You can resonate there 100% of the time. However, you might not feel like that 100% of the time, right? But you're still operating from that frequency as a default. And so I think there's this confused idea that you need to be feeling good 100% of the time in order for the law of attraction to work. No, this is the silent killer. Because now, when you're not feeling good and you're not feeling positive, you're like, oh man, I'm not feeling positive. I need to feel positive. And so now you're forcing yourself to feel positive. And so this is not realistic, and we want to realize that the negative thoughts are also required as well. But at the same time, you want to become aware of the negative thoughts as well. So when you're in the negative, it's totally okay to be there. That's the key. That it's okay to be positive, it's okay to be negative. You're just aware of it. As long as you're aware of it, that's fine. It's when you're ingrained in it, that's when the problem is. When you're identifying yourself with it, because that's when the karma comes in, or the law of attraction comes into play. Because what we're doing is now we're creating an identification, and this is who I am. This is my beliefs. This is my values. This is my perceptions on reality. And now, if you repeatedly do that over and over and over again, it becomes a part of your brain, your automatic process. And now you start to perceive reality in this way. But is that reality true? No, it's just how you've been programmed, or how you've programmed yourself. And so the silent killer is thinking that you are your thinking. It's like a catch-22. Thinking that you are your thinking. You are not your thinking. As soon as you become the awareness of your thinking, it doesn't program. When you become aware of it and you acknowledge it, like, oh, I'm feeling good, that's so cool. I'm in my power right now, which is great. I'm feeling negative right now. I don't want to feel this way, but I feel this way, so I'm just gonna be here right now and be aware of it, be in my presence, be in my power. So in both examples, you're in your power, whether it's positive or negative, because you are aware of it. And the more you train yourself and build the muscle of being aware of it, the more you take conscious control of yourself, and the more you can govern yourself and not allow the silent killer to take over your life. Now, in the beginning, this is easier said than done, because you've probably been identifying with your thoughts for so long. But that's why I teach to imagine, let me just go down here a bit, that you are here, like this is you, right? You're up here, right? And you're aware of the brain, all right? So if you just close your eyes, you come out and you realize, oh, I'm here, I'm this crown chakra awareness, right? And you're looking at the brain, and you're looking at your body. Oh, I am my body, right? Almost like you're the puppet controller. Now you're playing a different ball game to a majority of the population. And the more and more you do this, the more and more you practice this, the more and more you become aware of the positive and the negative thinking, the more power you have in this life. You want to train yourself to be aware. Be the presence. Be the awareness. And when you start doing this, you will have a lot of contentment. You will realize the power of what we like to call source or God or a higher power. It's like a fullness and an emptiness at the same time. It's a really powerful space to be in. It's like an emptiness and a fullness. It's an isness. Make your isness your business. So, like I said in this video, train yourself to talk to the parts of yourself that are not in alignment with who you want to be in that moment in time. Struggling to do something, got procrastination or resistance. Hey, inner child. Label it. Hey James, how you doing? I understand you want to have a temper tantrum right now, but now it's time to grow up, right? Grow it up, visualize it growing up. And then after you've done that, you will most likely want to take action, and there won't be that tug of war and resistance going on inside of yourself. All right. So what I've just shared with you is like the basic level of neutrality shifting, and it's really powerful. Use it in your life. However, if you want to advance your neutrality shifting, then go check out the video in the description about neutrality shifting. Stop manifesting, start neutrality shifting. Manifesting is great, it works, people see results with it. And what we found is if you just change your personality, you're automatically attracting those things that you want in your life through your behaviors, your thoughts, your beliefs, your values. All of that changes automatically when you change your personality. And so when you're operating from a new personality, you create the life that you want automatically. The link will be in the description. Check it out. We got testimonials. There should be some videos on screen right now. Boom, boom, boom. Keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace, love, and harmony.